Is HaShulchan Yardes Siman Lamadal. If you Gimel to Tezvav, this is day 188 of the Supplemental Arukh HaShulchan Yomi cycle. Yud Gimel. Because I've been a bit, see base. Start reading base Yosef. But it doesn't say that. Just as question say base, if it has a hole the size of an isser, then it's forbidden. He delivered a man with two Arukh. It does a strip missing lengthwise. Ikam Algoslave when you round it off. Havik isser, it's the size of an isser, it's usser. Ishim of those that say Shani became Bashir isser. We're not but conversant with the Shif isser. He go Masharin Asab Rob Rochav Chalakana. Therefore we go by the majority of the width of the cavity of the kana shano. Said the Rash by Shem Arito Shavil Sifyur. We brought the sound previously. Shafi Pasha Sorry Masha Shav Rocha Chalakana Pachas Mikas isser. It sounds like the majority of the width of the cavity of the kana is less than isser. The bracket says the Beis Yosef learns that very simply. Even though our senses, I guess, repudiate this, not that I know, but that's what he says. I'm sorry, Basically, we wrote the same, somebody else wrote what he said gets explained. You doubt. Of course, I love Rabbeinu, our mother, Amar writes, the female, she's bar, but some of the Shir Kisser, who pachas me rope. According to what we say in the Shir, this is less than majority. Came Misha in a bucky, somebody who's not adept will come to be too lenient. I can't hear what everyone what he wants to say. It means rov rochav chala kana sha'of. The pachas me kisar. It's not going like on the rov rochav b'chala of a behemoth, which evidently would be more than the size of Isser, but rov rocha of the kana of an oaf of a bird, which is less than Isser. Which is probably extremely small. And somebody who's not a bucky will trade no matter what. Can also bring a divya rosh shavi samuch. Steve Dallin seems that he clear that he needs to allude to the rush, but when it's something which is missing in, I assume he means one place, then we reckon in by a bird relative to the size of an isser and behema proportionally. So from here it's clear that the shear of an isser is much less than the majority of the cavity of the kana of an animal, as we explained. He did divya Rash, but some yeshash come of fine, based fine. Through the Rash, we can resolve in several ways. Right, this simply Misha ain't a bucky levar kol davar l'shuro. Somebody who's not adept to clarify every matter properly. Is going to become lenient, be lenient as the pashup shot, which will lead him to be to a very grave problem. Therefore, we're compelled to say a rov rocha that's going on the majority of the area of the cavity of the kana in a bird. Because which that's issue is a mishnah bucket the shar gam bezeh. If you can't even figure that out, then you have to say it's treif no matter what. Longish brackets here. Vashach v'ataz hochli mirachok kavan sarama pito shirafa b'sefer Darchei Moshe. The Shach and Taz were led astray by a mistake in Darchei Moshe. Gamasa Ashsi Begimo B'Sigolov, and they went to go on Sibah Gimel, and they complained against him for Asuma Kog the Achronim, and all the Achronim complained against the Shach and Taz. So Chaminosha Shach, including the son of the Shach, B'Sifro Sefer Nekudas HaKesef. I thought the Nekudas HaKesef was written by the Shach himself. Perhaps the son added on. Kamanas Ramal, let's see Dalek, Mush Kasabnu. Pagam Shakura Din Shevi, he says to a Rov Rocha, Kana Shal Behema, even though the source of the says is on the majority of the width of the kana, the chol of the kana of the cavity of the kana of an animal. Kanka Mucha Rama Fash to He says, oh, they Kilkusha was there because of the potential problem. MS Kane who? There's the truth. Gamazet, Turkey, and Gadol. That also requires great analysis. The gadol ka'avza, the width of the majority of the width of the cavity of the kana in a large bird, like a goose. Yeah, Yosim Mechisa. It's going to be more than Isser. Pretty much time it covers Eater, Beis Yosef, Pasuk, Roshi, and Tzir, Pashalim, Shmin Ekev, and Ekev. According to what the Rashba wrote, like HaShulchan wrote, in the meaning of the Itzer, that the Beis Yosef Pasuk, the Rosh, that you're mitzaref the WHOLES, the holes, the WHOLE, I should say, between the HOLES. So, my idea of Shakhan Diver Itur, you can't sustain the Itur, V'lai Rishon Skamanas, that made the Ramah had this in mind. If one learns the Sugyas Be'ir as a Shochet, and she probably should, so then, obviously, one can understand that Hagar a lot better. Tesvav, Amr Chazal said, Timba Gargeres Niftacha Kedelis, if in the Kana there is an opening like a door, a flap. It's the size of the flap in which a Isser will go widthwise. What's missing is not to remove from the corner. It's dangling there. It's like it's standing upright. So it's a sideways flap. Like a door on its mezuzah, on its doorpost. So Isser needed a shear which is larger than Isser. Has to be that the it will go in and out in its width. It's not in its thickness, which is of course narrow, but its width. So the so obviously if an Isser can come in and out, it's more than the diameter of an Isser. The fee should know little gamre, since it's not completely removed, it can't be sure they were lenient in this year. Rif Aram have a different interpretation. It's like a door. It's more severe. It's talking about where the hole is goes all the way through the corner from side to side. And then they say that actually the Isser is going through is talked by the thickness of the Isser, not by the width of the Isser, but by the thickness of the coin. The thickness of the Isser will go in and out through the cholo. Ushnei perushim emsedina, and all of the, and we have to machmer take both perushim lahalacha. Back it says Shulchan b'sifei kasa perish Rashi b'sifei perish Sharif v'shnei mishla kasa lashon yeshrim. They're both means yeshrim, which is strange. V'la mishum sheyesh chokim, it's not because people argue b'kardin the primary halacha kach targum neshim b'chulakim perish shas. That's what he does evidently when there is an argument interpretation of the Gemara. I am based on the Rif Aram a Meyer back both. Let's say the Rif Aram talking about only by a bird. I've quite got some shots in the Africa. I'm a Meyer no. So it's a type of an animal, and somebody done in Africa. Dina can it become Bashir Kisser. We don't know what the share of Isser is. Therefore, no matter what, it's treifa. Okay, that's a pretty big chumrah. I mean, what about if it's extremely fine? It's a very small hole. But anyway, that's the bottom line, and we'll stop here for today, of course. I think, right? Tomorrow is... that is nice tomorrow.